Hi, I'm Vanessa with this week's Science and Tech News. Joshua Carr, a lead engineer at IBM, decided to take Sphero's Star Wars The Force Awakens BB-8 app-powered droid and take it a step further with the ability to control it with his mind. It's just as Jedi as it sounds. Or perhaps you're more a fan of the dark side, in which case it's just as Sith Lord as it sounds. To make BB-8 do his bidding, Carr turned to the Emotive Insight, a consumer headset that can read your brainwaves, plus some under-the-hood plumbing from IBM's cloud computing platform. He says he had to train the Emotive Insight to read his brainwaves and translate it into motion for BB-8, but it works now. Whoa!
Have that ability to control my own The Force in this instance. That's very cool.
Scientists discovered an ancient crocodile that weighed 6,000 pounds and terrorized the seas 130 million years ago. Paleontologist Dr. Federico Fanti and his colleagues recently unearthed a skull and other fossilized bones in southern Tunisia that belonged to the prehistoric beast Machimosaurus rex. The fossils indicate that M. rex belonged to a group of crocodiles that inhabited the sea and coastal areas around the end of the Jurassic period. But the species is not directly related to modern-day crocodiles. It was also a whole lot bigger. The creature weighed 3 tons and likely grew to more than 30 feet long, National Geographic reported. Scientists believe M. rex had a powerful bite and short, stocky teeth. It likely ate turtles and fish, and may have scavenged for food as well. Apple has debuted a classroom app for iPads used by schools to help kids learn with awesome educational software tools. Apple plans to make it easier for students to share iPads by letting them create different accounts on a single device. The change will help turn iPads used by schools into a more flexible educational tool. Students who log in will be able to see only their own files and apps, rather than those of all other classmates who use the device during the day. Thank goodness, I don't want someone reading over my shoulder when I'm not even there. Education users will also gain a dedicated classroom app that lets teachers make sure all students are on the correct screen or app, rather than goofing off on video games. Sorry, all you Angry Birds fans. It also lets teachers get updates about a student's progress on classwork. Just when you thought teachers had way too many eyes on the back of their head. Planetary Resources, an asteroid mining company, has 3D printed an object from space rock metals. Asteroid mining? 3D printing? Talk about science fiction! NASA officials have said 3D printing could help open up the solar system to human exploration by making voyaging spaceships and off-Earth outposts less dependent on their home planet for supplies and spare parts. The space agency recently teamed up with the California-based startup Made in Space to launch a 3D printer to the International Space Station to see how well the technology works in microgravity. Planetary Resources' asteroid mining plans begins with water, which the company plans to split into hydrogen and oxygen, the main ingredients in rocket fuel. Basically, it'll set the stage for in-space gas stations, allowing spacecraft to top up their tanks on the go within the next 10 years.